At the end of 2020, I was where most of us were, quite a bit overweight than how I started the year. Mostly because I no longer have to walk to my office, but also because being at home, I had so much more access to junk food. Pandemic made all of us heavy. Well, some of us more than the others. But as easy as it is to gain weight, it is that much harder to lose it. So, at the beginning of 2021, I made a New Year's resolution. And 3 months later, I lost 10 kilos. So, how did I do it? Here are the 7 steps towards losing weight. I guarantee you, if you follow each and every one of them religiously, you will lose weight. And here they are. Step 1. Break it down. For me, the goal was to reduce 10 kg in 3 months. That means I have to lose 3.5 kgs each month. That is close to 1 kg per week. Losing 1 kg a week is totally doable. You just need to make a deficit in your daily calorie intake. An average person needs 1800 to 2000 calories to fuel a day's activities. You take in less than that, and the body will turn to stored fat as energy source. So, say you take in 1400 calories a day and then work out to burn 300 calories more. That is a 700 calorie deficit that you made in a day. That means in a week you would manage around 5000 calories deficit, enough for a 700 gram weight loss. And the less you eat or the more you exercise, you can manage even more weight loss. Step 2. Intermittent fasting. Whatever you can't achieve with step 1, you can with step 2. The best intermittent fasting schedule for beginners is night 8 p.m. to 12 noon the next day. Now, let me explain to you what intermittent fasting does to your body. For body, sugar and carbs are the primary source of energy. When you go without food, and especially sugar, for 12 hours straight, body turns to stored fat for energy. 8 to 12 fasting would ensure you skip one meal. That means you have only 8 hours left in a day to take in the 1400 calories. That also means you can have 2 filling meals and not feel hungry after each of those meals. Step 3. Making unhealthy habits expensive. The best way to lose weight is to cut out alcohol, fat-heavy and sugar-heavy food from your diet. The way you do it is to make it scarce. Instead of buying alcohol at the supermarket, step out to a bar if you feel like drinking. Instead of buying a frozen cheesecake from the supermarket, walk to the nearby bakery to have a slice of cake. Make unhealthy habits expensive and more time consuming so that you are less motivated to do them. Step 4. Invest in your routine. This is a corollary to the previous step. The way you make unhealthy habits expensive, you also need to invest in your healthy routine. It could be something small, but as long as you are paying for the costs, you would be more motivated to achieve your goals. So, if you are getting an app for calorie counting, buy the paid version. I got the paid version of the app called Yatsio. But there are several calorie counting apps currently in the App Store. Any of them would do, as long as you make sure you record your food intake after every single meal or snack. Also, I noticed that my smartwatch was not good at counting steps or calculating calorie burnt. So I got a fitness tracker. These small expenses would be motivation for you to use them more often. Step 5. Measure regularly, but don't go crazy. If you don't have a weighing scale at home, it is a great investment to make. You could either weigh yourselves once a day or once in 2 days. Anything more would make you demotivated because typically it takes up to 2 to 3 days for weight loss to be apparent. Anything less frequent might make you forget about the overall objective. The same way you measure weight, you can also measure waste. Sometimes you might not be losing much weight, but you are still getting fitter. That is because muscles take a third the space for the same weight as fat. That means if you are more workout focused and less diet focused, you might actually be getting leaner, but probably not that much lighter. But you will definitely be getting fitter and thinner. Step 6. Have a weight loss friend. The first week is always the hardest. It is because you always start slow and most often you don't see that much of a result in the first couple of weeks. At that time, it is important to have a weight loss friend. It could be your wife or husband, your boyfriend or girlfriend. It could also be just a friend who is also trying to lose weight. You can compare your results with each other and keep each other motivated. And if one of you go astray, the other one can pull that person back to track. Step 7. Keep up the routine after you reach the goal. What many people do wrong is they completely stop the routine once they reach the goal. It is important to understand and appreciate how easy it is to gain all that weight once you lose it. Therefore, it is important that you stick to your routine, at least partly. When you reach your goal weight, you no longer need to have a calorie deficit, as you would be wanting to maintain that weight. That means you can eat normally again, but make sure you don't stop exercising. Calorie counting is optional, but if you do it, you will definitely stay fit. The best thing to do is to see your body like a car. You need just the amount of fuel needed to run it as much as it needs to run. Anything more is going to slow it down. Anything less is inadequate. If you plan to increase your exercise routine, then you would definitely need more fuel to run it. If not, the excess fuel will turn to stored energy, aka fat. So, there you have it. Those are the 7 steps towards weighing less. I lost 10 kilos in a span of 3 months doing just this. And if I can, you can too.